Welcome to REM Reads. We're so glad you're here. This is our first cycle, so to speak, and we hope you'll let us know how we're doing here in Season 1. Now is a good time to find your favorite sleeping position. Take a few deep breaths and just let go of the day. The only thing left on your schedule is to enjoy this time of rest and relaxation. We hope you enjoy the show. Some of my earliest memories around the dining room table with my family include my dad's love for butter. I always thought it was strange, but the older I've gotten, the more I've come to appreciate his love for butter. Two meals in particular stand out in my mind. On Fridays, we would sometimes order pizza. We loved pizza that had a thick, buttery crust. My dad loved it so much that he would cut the crust off of the pizza, cut it open crosswise, add butter to it, and pop it in the microwave, as if there wasn't enough butter in it already. Sometimes he'd also cook steak. He'd come in from grilling, serve us all first, and then fix his plate by slathering butter all over his steak. Now, before we get too hungry for dinner, let's refocus back on resting and learn about the origins of this product that seems to make everything taste so very good. Butter is a dairy product made from the fat and protein components of churned cream. It is a semi-solid emulsion at room temperature, consisting of approximately 80% butterfat. It is used at room temperature as a spread, melted as a condiment, and used as a fat in baking, sauce making, pan frying, and other cooking procedures. Most frequently made from cow's milk, butter can also be manufactured from the milk of other mammals, including sheep, goats, buffalo, and yaks. It is made by churning milk or cream to separate the fat globules from the buttermilk. Salt has been added to butter since antiquity to help preserve it, particularly when being transported. Salt may still play a preservation role, but is less important today as the entire supply chain is usually refrigerated. In modern times, salt may be added for taste and food coloring added for color. Rendering butter, removing the water and milk solids, produces clarified butter, including ghee, which is almost entirely butterfat. Butter is a water in oil emulsion resulting from an inversion of the cream, while the milk proteins are the emulsifiers. Butter remains a firm solid when refrigerated, but softens to a spreadable consistency at room temperature and melts to a thin liquid consistency at 32 degrees Celsius. It generally has a pale yellow color, but varies from deep yellow to nearly white. Its natural, unmodified color is dependent on the source animal's feed and genetics, but the commercial manufacturing process sometimes alters this with food colorings. The word butter derives via Germanic languages. The Latinized form is found in the name butyric acid, a compound found in rancid butter and other dairy products. Unhomogenized milk and cream contain butterfat in microscopic globules. These globules are surrounded by membranes made of phospholipids, fatty acid emulsifiers, and proteins, which prevent the fat in milk from pooling together into a single mass. Butter is produced by agitating cream, which damages these membranes and allows the milk fats to conjoin, separating from the other parts of the cream. Variations in the production method will create butters with different consistencies, mostly due to the butterfat composition in the finished product. Butter contains fat in 3 separate forms: free butterfat, butterfat crystals, and undamaged fat globules. In the finished product, different proportions of these forms result in different consistencies within the butter. Butters with many crystals are harder than butters dominated by free fats. Churning produces small butter grains floating in the water-based portion of the cream. This watery liquid is called buttermilk, although the buttermilk most commonly sold today is instead directly fermented skimmed milk. The buttermilk is drained off. Sometimes the buttermilk is removed by rinsing the grains with water. Then the grains are worked, pressed, and kneaded together. When prepared manually, this is done using wooden boards called Scotch hands. This consolidates the butter into a solid mass and breaks up embedded pockets of the buttermilk or water into tiny droplets. Commercial butter is about 80% butterfat and 15% water. Traditionally made butter may have as little as 65% fat and 30% water. Butterfat is a mixture of triglyceride, a triester derived from glycerol, and 3 of any several fatty acid groups. Annatto is sometimes added by U.S. butter manufacturers without declaring it on the label because the U.S. allows butter to have an undisclosed flavorless and natural coloring agent. The preservative lactic acid is sometimes added instead of salt and as a flavor enhancer. And sometimes additional diacetyl is added to boost the buttery flavor. When used together in the Nizo manufacturing method, these 2 flavorings produce the flavor of cultured butter without actually fully fermenting. Before modern factory butter making, cream was usually collected from several milkings and was therefore several days old and somewhat fermented by the time it was made into butter. Butter made in this traditional way is known as cultured butter. During fermentation, the cream naturally sours as bacteria convert milk sugars into lactic acid. The fermentation process produces additional aroma compounds, including diacetyl, which makes for a fuller flavored and more buttery tasting product. Butter made from fresh cream is called sweet cream butter. Production of sweet cream butter first became common in the 19th century when the development of refrigeration and the mechanical milk separator made sweet cream butter faster and cheaper to produce at scale. Cultured butter is preferred throughout continental Europe, while sweet cream butter dominates in the US and the UK. Chef Janssen Chan, the director of pastry operations at the ICC in Manhattan, says, "It's no secret that dairy in France and most of Europe is higher quality than most of the US." combination of butter culturing, the 82% butterfat minimum, and the fact that French butter is grass-fed accounts for why French pastry, and French food in general, has a reputation for being richer tasting and flakier. Cultured butter is sometimes labeled European-style butter in the United States, although cultured butter is made and sold by some, especially Amish, dairies. Milk that is to be made into butter is usually pasteurized during production to kill pathogenic bacteria and other microbes. Butter made from unpasteurized raw milk is rare and can be dangerous. Commercial raw milk products are not legal to sell through interstate commerce in the US and are very rare in Europe. Raw cream butter is usually not available for purchase. Clarified butter has almost all of its water and milk solids removed, leaving almost pure butterfat. Clarified butter is made by heating the butter to its melting point and then allowing it to cool. After settling, the remaining components separate by density. At the top, whey proteins form a skin, which is removed. The resulting butterfat is then poured off from the mixture of water and casein proteins that settle to the bottom. Ghee is clarified butter that has been heated to around 250 degrees Fahrenheit after the water evaporated, turning the milk solids brown. This process flavors the ghee and also produces antioxidants that help protect it from acidity. Because of this, ghee can be kept for 6 to 8 months under normal conditions. Cream may be separated, usually by a centrifuge or sedimentation from whey instead of milk, as a byproduct of cheese making. Whey butter may be made from whey cream. Whey cream and butter have a lower fat content and taste more salty, tangy, and cheesy. They are also cheaper to make than sweet cream and butter. The fat content of whey is low, so 1,000 pounds of whey will typically give only 3 pounds of butter. Several butters have protected geographical indications, some including Beurre d'Ardenne from Belgium, Beurre Charente Poitou from France, Beurre Rose from Luxembourg, Mantequilla de Soria from Spain, Rukava white butter from Latvia. Elaine Khosrova traces the invention of butter back to the Neolithic era. It is known to have existed in the Near East following the development of herding. A later Sumerian tablet, dating to approximately 2500 BC, describes the butter-making process from the milking of cattle, while contemporary Sumerian tablets identify butter as a ritual offering. In the Mediterranean climate, unclarified butter spoils quickly, unlike cheese, so it is not a practical method of preserving the nutrients of milk. The ancient Greeks and Romans seemed to use the butter only as medicine and considered it as a food of the barbarians. A play by a Greek comic poet refers to Thracians as butter eaters. In his Natural History, Pliny the Elder calls butter the most delicate of food among barbarous nations, and goes on to describe its medicinal properties. Later, the physician Galen also described butter as a medicinal agent only. In the cooler climates of Northern Europe, butter could be stored longer before it spoiled. Scandinavia has the oldest tradition in Europe of butter export, dating at least to the 12th century. After the fall of Rome and through much of the Middle Ages, butter was a common food across most of Europe, but had a low reputation, and so was consumed principally by peasants. Butter slowly became more accepted by the upper class, notably when the Roman Catholic Church allowed its consumption during Lent from the early 16th century. Bread and butter became common fare among the middle class, and the English in particular gained a reputation for their liberal use of melted butter as a sauce with meat and vegetables. In antiquity, butter was used for fuel and lamps as a substitute for oil. The butter tower of Rouen Cathedral was erected in the early 16th century when Archbishop Georges d'Amboise authorized the burning of butter during Lent instead of oil, which was scarce at the time. Across northern Europe, butter was sometimes packed into barrels or firkins and buried in peat bogs, perhaps for years. Such bog butter would develop a strong flavor as it aged, but remained edible in large part because of the cool, airless, antiseptic, and acidic environment of a peat bog. These firkins of such buried butter are a common archaeological find in Ireland. The National Museum of Ireland Archaeology has some containing a grayish cheese-like substance, partially hardened, not much like butter, and quite free from putrefaction. The practice was most common in Ireland in the 11th to 14th centuries. It had ended entirely before the 19th century. Until the 19th century, the vast majority of butter was made by hand on farms for farm family use or to sell. They used wood presses with carved decoration, identifying the producer to press butter into pucks or small bricks to sell at nearby markets or general stores. This practice continued until production was mechanized and butter was produced in less decorative stick form. Like Ireland, France became well known for its butter, particularly in Normandy and Brittany. Butter consumption in London in the mid-1840s was estimated at 15,357 tons annually. The first butter factories appeared in the US in the early 1860s, after the successful introduction of cheese factories a decade earlier. In the late 1870s, the centrifugal cream separator was introduced, marketed most successfully by Swedish engineer Carl Gustaf Patrik de Laval. In 1920, Otto Hunziker wrote The Butter Industry Prepared for Factory, School, and Laboratory. 3 editions were printed in 1920, 1927, and 1940. As part of the efforts of the American Dairy Science Association, Hunziker and others published articles regarding causes of tallowness, an odor defect, distinct from rancidity, a taste defect, models, an aesthetic issue related to uneven color, introduced salts, the impact of creamery metals and liquids, and acidity measurement. These and other ADSA publications help standardize practices internationally. Butter consumption declined in most Western nations during the 20th century, mainly because of the rising popularity of margarine, which is less expensive and, until recent years, was perceived as being healthier. In the US, margarine consumption overtook butter during the 1950s, and it is still the case today that more margarine than butter is eaten in the US and the EU. In 1997, India produced over 1 million short tons of butter, most of which was consumed domestically. Second in production was the US, followed by France, Germany, and New Zealand. France ranks first in per capita butter consumption, with 8 kilograms per capita per year. In terms of absolute consumption, Germany was second after India, using 500,000 metric tons of butter in 1997, followed by France, Russia, and the United States. New Zealand, Australia, Denmark, and Ukraine are among the few nations that export a significant percentage of the butter they produce. Different varieties are found around the world. Smen is a spiced Moroccan clarified butter, buried in the ground and aged for months or years. A similar product is Maltash of the Hunza Valley, where cow and yak butter can be buried for decades. It is used at events such as weddings. Yak butter is a specialty in Tibet. Barley flour mixed with yak butter is a staple food. Butter tea is consumed in the Himalayan regions of Tibet, Bhutan, Nepal, and India. It consists of tea served with intensely flavored or rancid yak butter and salt. In African and Asian nations, butter is sometimes traditionally made from sour milk rather than cream. It can take several hours of churning to produce workable butter grains from fermented milk. Normal butter softens to a spreadable consistency around 60 degrees Fahrenheit, well above refrigerator temperatures. The butter compartment found in many refrigerators may be one of the warmer sections inside, but it still leaves butter quite hard. Until recently, many refrigerators sold in New Zealand featured a butter conditioner, a compartment kept warmer than the rest of the refrigerator, but still cooler than room temperature, with a small heater. Keeping butter tightly wrapped delays rancidity, which is hastened by exposure to light or air, and also helps prevent it from picking up other odors. Wrapped butter has a shelf life of several months at refrigerator temperatures. Butter can also be frozen to extend its storage life. Since the 1940s, but more commonly the 1960s, butter pats have been individually wrapped and packed in cardboard boxes. Prior to the use of cardboard, butter was built packed in wood. The earliest discoveries used firkins. From about 1882, wooden boxes were used, as the introduction of refrigeration on ships allowed longer transit times. Butter boxes were generally made with woods whose resin would not taint the butter, such as sycamore, hoop pine, maple, or spruce. In the United States, butter has traditionally been made into small rectangular blocks by means of a pair of wooden butter paddles. It is usually produced in 4-ounce sticks that are individually wrapped in waxed or foiled paper and sold as 1-pound package of 4 sticks. This practice is believed to have originated in 1907, when Swift & Company began packaging butter in this manner for mass distribution. Due to historical differences in butter printers, 4-ounce sticks are commonly produced in 2 different shapes. The dominant shape east of the Rocky Mountains is the Elgin, or Eastern Pack shape, named for a dairy in Elgin, Illinois. The sticks are typically sold stacked 2 by 2 in elongated cube-shaped boxes. Most U.S. butter dishes are designed for Elgin-style butter sticks. West of the Rocky Mountains, butter printers standardized on a different shape that is now referred to as the Western pack shape. These butter sticks are usually sold with 4 sticks packed side by side in a flat, rectangular box. Butter has been considered indispensable in French cuisine since the 17th century. Chefs and cooks have extolled its importance. Fernand Point said, "Donnez-moi du beurre, encore du beurre, toujours du beurre." Give me butter, still more butter. Julia Child said, "With enough butter, anything is good." Melted butter plays an important role in the preparation of sauces, notably in French cuisine. Beurre Niçoise, hazelnut butter, and beurre noir, black butter, are sauces of melted butter, cooked until the milk solids and sugars have turned golden or dark brown. They are often finished with an addition of vinegar or lemon juice. Hollandaise and Béarnaise sauces are emulsions of egg yolk and melted butter. Hollandaise and Béarnaise sauces are stabilized with powerful emulsifiers in the egg yolks, but butter itself contains enough emulsifiers, mostly remnants of the fat globule membranes, to form a stable emulsion on its own. Beurre blanc, white butter, is made by whisking butter into reduced vinegar or wine, forming an emulsion with a mixture of thick cream. Beurre monté, prepared butter, is melted but still emulsified butter. It lends its name to the practice of mounting a sauce with butter, whisking cold butter into any water-based sauce at the end of cooking, giving the sauce a thicker body and a glossy shine, as well as a buttery taste. Butter is used for sautéing and frying, although its milk solids brown and burn above 250 degrees Fahrenheit, a rather low temperature for most applications. The smoke point of butter fat is around 400 degrees Fahrenheit, so clarified butter or ghee is better suited to frying. Butter fills several roles in baking, including making possible a range of textures, making chemical leavenings work better, tenderizing proteins, and enhancing the tastes of other ingredients. It is used in a similar manner to other solid fats like lard, suet, or shortening, but has a flavor that may better complement sweet baked goods. Compound butters are mixtures of butter and other ingredients used to flavor various dishes. Butter, salted during manufacturing, is 16% water, 81% fat, and 1% protein, with negligible carbohydrates. Saturated fat is 51% of total fats in butter. In a reference amount of 3.5 ounces, butter supplies 717 calories and 76% the daily value for vitamin A, 15% daily value for vitamin E, and 28% daily value for sodium, with no other micronutrients and significant content. In 100 grams, salted butter contains 215 milligrams of cholesterol. As butter is essentially just the milk fat, it contains only traces of lactose, so moderate consumption of butter is not a problem for lactose intolerant people. People with milk allergies may still need to avoid butter, which contains enough of the allergy-causing proteins to cause reactions.